What's up?
Welcome back to another episode of Chill and Spill.
Ooh, season 2, bro. Episode 2.
Episode 2. So it's not just a one-off. We are back for good.
Yeah. Before, what's going on, bro? Why did we switch the setup?
Yeah, we came back here because we were a bit too relaxed over there.
I'll be straight up, okay? When I watched the episode back, bro, I was spreading my legs a bit too much.
Right. You scared the people will fall for you.
No, falling for me is one thing. Because of today's topic, I was like, nah, I'm not spreading my legs right now. That's one. And then you kept shaking your legs.
That's true.
I kept spreading my legs.
Yeah.
We were doing a lot of things with our legs.
But you know what? We like where you always are.
Yeah.
This feels like home.
This feels like, it is your home.
This feels more homely.
Yeah, it just
Whatever
feels right.
But we're back
For
in
now,
this setup.
For now. Yeah.
What is this? So today, but before we go into today's... what's today's...
topic?
Yeah.
Porn addiction.
Porn addiction. My name is Tanesh.
My name is Kirtan.
This is Chill and Spill.
Alright guys, so welcome back to episode 2 of season 2. Now before that, thank you so much for all the love on episode 1. If you've not checked it out, go scroll down a little bit, just see episode 1, watch it. It was just a whole catch-up sesh of everything.
Yes.
Okay. And it just feels good to be back, bro.
It's good to be back.
2 weeks in a row now.
2 weeks in a row. Last week, like you said, we did a bit of a just catch up
sesh.
Just bring you back, welcome you guys back into our lives and welcome us back into your lives.
Yes, sir.
Today, we got topics to talk about.
We're going to talk about porn.
Why are we talking about porn addiction? You suggested the topic.
I love porn.
You love porn. Same here, bro.
I love food porn, gym porn, motivation porn.
Oh, that kind of porn.
Oh, what porn are you talking about?
Same kind of porn.
Food porn, gym porn.
Food porn.
Food.
So, gym porn is when in the gym, the instructor and then the girl and then that's what is gym porn, right?
No, gym porn is you work out, you get like motivated by seeing it.
Okay.
Like
where's
gym workout, not.
But where's the porn?
That is the porn.
Boring. But yeah, we're gonna talk about porn addiction because I don't know. I think someone actually suggested this to us last.
Yeah, actually, quite a few people actually suggested it. That's one. But I actually also wanted to talk about it specifically, porn addiction, not porn in general.
Yeah.
So as always, we'll have our funny sides, which is our personality, and we'll also have like a little bit of a serious topicness in terms of like serious topicness. What is going on?
You can tell we are just slowly warming up to getting back into
Also,
podcasts.
one more thing has changed though.
What's that?
I got braces.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I got braces, so please bear with me a little bit. My English is not going to be as professional as it normally is, I would say.
Braces doesn't dictate your English. Maybe you sound a bit more muffled and stuff like that. But brain is brain, teeth is teeth. Okay?
Is it? But the brain controls the teeth, the movement of the mouth.
So, the braces are on your mouth, right? Not in your fucking brain, right? What? Cock.
Okay, let's get it going.
Okay.
Porn addiction. I'm going to ask you a question now.
Ask me now.
Do you watch porn? Pornography?
Yeah.
Okay. We all knew that.
Yeah, everybody knew that. Do you watch porn?
Yes.
Good boy. You say anything else at a porn is water on your face.
I'm sorry.
We all do. Okay, it's research purposes. We are adults now. We have to procreate.
Okay, next question. Okay.
At what age did you start?
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Before that, we need to put a disclaimer out there. We're not promoting you guys to watch porn or stuff like that. Nothing like that. Please. Okay.
In all seriousness, porn is illegal in Malaysia.
It is illegal in Malaysia.
The reason we're talking about it is because, well, let's be honest, it's out there on the internet. People know how to bypass these things, and people do watch. So we thought we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. But
it's easily accessible to anyone and everyone at this day and age.
Yeah.
It's not like how it used to be back in the days. We'll take you back in time a little bit with the floppy disk and all. But
with the floppy disk.
No, that was not my days.
Floppy disks to make sure your disk
was CD.
Floppy.
But okay. But but okay, porn is legal, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. But basically, we're not condoning it, okay? We're not recommending it. We just want to talk about it. It's a topic that we should talk about, okay?
Do you think watching porn is wrong?
I don't think it's wrong. It is illegal, so in that sense, it's wrong. Yeah.
Put aside legal. Put aside as in like on your personal.
Okay, as a human being or as a guy or as a man, you are just naturally a little bit more hornier.
Yeah.
So you go through a certain age, especially during your puberty days.
Yeah.
You are going to have a lot of curiosity about exploring yourself, right? Your sexuality. like I don't know something. I don't even know, bro. When at that age, you don't know what's going on in your head. It's a
You're
bit
just,
weird.
you're
you know.
just thinking about
Things
sex
are just
all the
going.
time.
Yeah, you're just horny for no reason. It's just weird, you know.
Yeah.
And now when I think about it back then, actually I don't know what's going on in my brain. It's just you're just a kid growing up, you know.
It's just your body. It's biology, like basically.
It's
Your
biology,
body.
yeah,
When
you're
you reach puberty,
evolving.
your body is
Your hormones are all over the
correct.
place,
It's
you know.
preparing yourself to start procreating, like basically, like
Yeah.
to start, like
You start
having
getting
sex and-
attracted to it,
yeah,
like you
giving
know.
birth and
Yeah.
continue this fucking
Yeah.
human population and shit. So
Yeah, so it's just
it
a
just
part of
makes you wanna-
evolution. It's just
yeah.
part of human reproduction. That's
so it's
about it.
completely normal.
It's
and at
very
that
normal.
age-
So to answer your question, no, I
Yeah.
don't think it's wrong because you're just exploring yourself and understanding
Yeah.
things. What about you? Do you think it's wrong?
no, I don't think it's wrong at all. But I do think there needs to be, like, if you're too young when you start watching porn, you kind of don't know what is right or wrong. You don't know what
Yeah.
is real and not real. What is
Yeah, agreed.
like exaggerated for porn for the sake of viewership, and what is actual sex
Yeah.
and sexuality and stuff like that. There's a lot of, actually, to be honest, at this day and age, porn is like any content, right? It's like overproduced,
Yeah, it
overly
is,
done.
it
When
is, it is.
you've already done the basic stuff, you need to make it more interesting, like any content
Yeah,
out there. So you
yeah.
come up with more creative ways, more
Yeah.
creative ways, more creative ways.
Yeah.
And it has gone very far off what is natural and normal
Yeah,
sex
yeah.
between human beings,
Yeah.
right? So if you're a bit more older, you're matured, you tend to know like, okay, what
The difference between
where
like,
does that line?
where's the line?
Where's
Yeah,
that line
exactly,
between
exactly.
reality and not and stuff like that? But
When
if
you're
it-
younger, you're
you
not
wouldn't
so
know.
very well mature.
Correct.
You're just getting into that scene
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
kind of, maybe porn kind of paints that illusion, you know.
Correct,
Like,
correct,
this is
correct.
how it's supposed to be.
yeah.
But
So
I'll tell you.
I don't think it's wrong per se, but I do think you need some form of guidance at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it paints that illusion. And I'll tell you now itself,
Okay.
not everything that you watch in porn is true.
That's
because
true.
the reality of it is they are all actually actors. And it's a fun fact, like, if you didn't know that. It's like how wrestling is real. And,
Yeah.
and who are you texting now?
No, someone's calling me. I'm just telling them I'm shooting a podcast.
Good,
Arvind
good.
Raj is calling.
Oh, Arvind. Exactly when it's porn. I know his song. This song is fucking sick.
Kannamma.
But wait, listen. It's funny because he's texting exactly the one time you decided to do a topic about porn.
About porn. I think
What are the
we were
odds?
talking
He knew
about
it,
it.
then. Right timing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So next thing, my next question. At what age did you start watching porn?
Okay, so I don't know if you'd classify this as porn, but my first sort of exposure towards anything porn related was, I think I was 11.
Whoa.
No, I was 12. I was 12. I was 12. Fucking shut up, you also, right?
No, actually no.
Okay,
Mine is quite late. I'll
is
be
it?
very honest with you. Yeah.
Okay, mine, I think it was 12. So that time, no, sorry. 11, I was in one of my, okay, I don't want to say but not my house, somebody else's house. I don't want to say what, because then that person might, if they watch it somehow, they'll know, okay?
Okay.
They had a computer with internet. Back then,
yeah, it's
not every house has
it's like
internet,
having gold in
okay?
your house.
My house had internet only after I was like 12 or 13 or so, something like that. So they had internet. I was very curious about internet. Google all is very new to me. I randomly searched. I was just searching. I was using Google. I'm learning how to use Google. I searched a bunch of shit. At one point, I searched girl. With no intentions. I don't know why I searched it. I just searched girl.
Interesting. At the
And
age
then
of
there was
12.
a bunch of pictures of like girls in bikinis.
Oh.
That was porn to me.
When you just searched girl.
There was a bunch of pictures, but then there's a few that were girls in bikinis. Girls
Okay.
in bikinis is normal, like girls
Yeah,
in
yeah,
bikinis. But
okay.
at that age, you don't get to see girls in bikinis, especially
That's
when you're
true.
from Malaysia.
Yeah.
I was like, this is doing something to me.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So I searched further.
Mm-hmm.
Girls in bikini. This and that.
And went
so,
in detail after that.
no, I didn't go to videos or anything. That's why I didn't know lah.
No, yeah,
So
that's
was that.
yeah.
Then when I was 12 years old, last time they had class tambahan.
Uh,
Have you had that?
Yeah.
Class tambahan.
It's cool.
It's Saturday, they'll have like a couple of hours. Damn weird.
Class
So-
you were 12. You were having UPSR that
Yeah,
year. That was the
UPSR.
purpose of your class tambahan.
Yeah. So
Now we know
I
what.
went to class tambahan
what he
and
was
it's
doing.
only the standard 6. That means the entire school is empty. Only the standard 6 are there. So it's like way quieter. And then they have like a lunch break and shit like that. During lunch break, my friend, that time I didn't have a handphone. I didn't have a handphone until I was 18 years old anyway. But that time my friend had a phone. It was the Sony Ericsson phone.
Okay.
They don't bring it to school normally, but class tambahan can lah. They allow it. So came Sony Ericsson phone inside there. In the Sony Ericsson phone, it's a color phone with you can see video all. Then they actually had like a porn video in it.
Oh. But that's mad, for at that time, with that phone,
Yeah.
for you to transfer like a 20 MB file itself is a huge thing.
You know how hard it is to get on tiny ass phone? And then I remember we were all sitting at the staircase. I don't I've only seen girls in bikini so far, right? And then they were like, I was like, I felt damn like, I don't know, I liked it, but I also felt like I was doing something like,
you felt guilty
crime.
at the same time. Okay.
I felt like I was doing a crime, and it was damn weird to watch it with a bunch of friends. Do you watch porn with friends?
No,
right? No. Do it alone, right?
Yes.
But my first experience of watching porn was with friends.
Okay.
Which is damn weird to me. But I was like, I kind of want to see more. And then like the next week, last time, I asked him, hey, you got more? Stuff like that. It was a bit weird. I was like a drunk getting like, you got more. But at that age, again, your hormones are wilding, and you see something like that, you're like, fuck, you don't know where else to. So that's how my exposure towards it started. Then I had internet at home and this and that, and slowly blah blah blah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair,
12 years old. I still think it's
but
it's
12
I
I think
young,
is
but I think that's the average.
It's normal.
Age
It's
that
average.
people,
The reality of it is because for most of my friends, all of them tell me the same thing. They're either 11, 12, even 9 also I've heard.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
9 is like standard 3, bro. In Malaysia, that's like young. But apparently it's normal.
And for not learning how to multiply.
And that's back then, you see. But then when you think about it, also our parents' generation and all that, they didn't have the internet and all that. Not even put our parents lah. Our parents, I'm assuming they had CDs or floppy disk or something.
Yeah.
Further beyond that,
VHS
the grandparents start. You think about it and see a lot of people get married very young back then. 15.
So their porn was real life.
Yeah, real life, literally. Yeah, because it's just normal at that age. You hit puberty, you just start doing.
Actually, to be honest,
you start reproducing. Yeah,
because by the time you reach puberty, you're horny as hell. You're already being married off.
Yeah.
So you start having sex lah.
Correct.
You don't need porn.
Yeah, so you don't need porn back then. But again, we are not from back
as
then.
we
I don't
get
know.
old, like as the the years got more and more, we get married at later age, and of course the idea is that you only have sex after you get married and all that stuff. But of course people do before. But the chances of having sex is like pushed further. Like you don't,
Correct.
So. But you're horny. You're
horny,
so
it is
you're going
what it
through
is,
those changes, even both guys and girls. So it's
Yeah.
just natural. I think a lot of people, like you said, around the
Correct,
world. But
correct.
what age were you when you?
16.
16. That's late as fuck, bro.
So I actually hit puberty pretty late. I won't lie.
Right. I don't know when I hit puberty. I'm assuming
I
it's
hit
somewhere
puberty
13,
pretty late. Like I probably started only getting tall when I was like 14, 15.
Right.
Like pubes and all that only like 14, 15, like very late. Until now, my baby tooth just dropped this 2 months ago.
Your puberty just ended.
It took some time, But in all seriousness, 16, pretty late. The only reason I did that was actually under more like peer pressure by friends in school.
Okay.
Because a lot of people.
You better watch.
Yeah, no. They just use this one term basically. It's like if you don't watch it, means basically you're gay. That's what they said to me.
Oh, shit. And that time being gay is wrong.
Yeah,
not wrong,
like
but
not say wrong. It's like no one talks about like your sexuality where you're not straight and all back then as much as we do now.
Yeah. Now
right?
it's a lot more accepted. Back then, gay. Back then, unfortunately, gay was still an insult.
Yeah. So and then they don't,
straight,
and
obviously.
they're not calling me just like gay. It's like, oh, you don't know this, you don't know that. So I actually don't really know what the fuck they're actually talking about. I didn't understand it. So with that curiosity. I was like, okay, you know what? I'll go search it up lah. So I searched it up lah, and but the thing is, I swear I won't lie. No. I only searched like what you did. I never watched any video, nothing. Okay, but it was not. I can't remember exactly what I typed, but I just saw a picture, and I swear I got so disgusted, bro. I got so disgusted. I straight closed that shit. As much as it turned me on, like
it felt wrong, right?
But it was like I'm not supposed to look at this. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? It just felt so wrong in so many ways.
Yeah.
But after you closed and all that, the next day you're like, shit.
I want to see it again.
I need to know actually what's going on. You know what I mean? So you're at that age. So it's understandable. So the thing is now, funny thing is, our time, internet accessibility, Twitter was there and all that. Yeah. Dude, you can just scroll on Twitter and there's porn there.
That's true, dude.
You just scroll. I don't even do anything.
You don't even have to follow any porn account.
It's
because
just there.
Twitter just shows you what your random friends are randomly seeing and liking.
And what they are liking.
You horny bastards are bringing porn onto the timeline.
To my friends on Twitter, when you like something, it appears on my timeline. I can see it all the time.
Sometimes you don't even have to like it. You just keep going to that page very often. Twitter thinks, you know what?
Algorithm.
Your friend might like what you like too.
Exactly. It's fucking insane, right?
It's fine and all because at this point, right? No, the thing is, right, at this point, you're like adult. Yeah. You see something on the phone. It's not gonna. But sometimes you're in like a professional setting.
Yeah. Like in a public area a bit.
Yeah, and like so for me it's like if I'm on my laptop, Twitter will always be a tab that is open. So if imagine if I'm like everything and then I just scroll
having
past,
a meeting.
I'm scrolling past. I go to Twitter and then I see
we're a big
like,
company. I'm trying to pitch this campaign. Excuse me. I put the the slideshow up there.
and then it's like it's an account called relatable tweets. And then it's just two naked people grabbing each other or a girl sitting on a guy's face out of nowhere. So today you gotta chill with this.
Deal closed after that. But yeah, so the crazy...
I like this idea. Let's go with this.
But the crazy part is, okay, I want to kind of think forward a bit here. So we just brought about our grandparents.
Think forward as in like what type of porn will come in the future, is it? No.
Yeah, kind of, but not what type of porn specifically. How easily accessible it's going to be. You see, from grandparents because they got married at a young age.
Yeah.
After that, the marriage age just went up higher. So, and then porn was accessible.
Yeah.
And then now, porn is a lot more accessible because kids use an iPad at like the age of 9, 8 now, right? So now we are moving towards the transition from like an iPad, iPhone to actually AI as well. Like wearables and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine, did you see the Apple Vision Pro?
Yeah.
You could be watching porn in there.
Nobody will know.
No one will know.
You go grocery shopping. And you're watching porn there. And then imagine you're wearing that and then you watch porn, then you grab like a banana.
I'm buying banana.
And then you don't realize what's happening. I would like to imagine this is a girl lah. Let's not, okay? And then hands are doing stuff because you think you're in a porn. It's scary, bro.
Bro, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. So that's why it's very important for people out there to understand in terms of where your limit should be or where the fine line. You should not cross that line, right?
What is that?
Okay, so that's the thing. So topic porn addiction, right? So watching porn is one thing. Getting addicted to it is a whole different thing, correct?
Okay.
And
what would you define as addicted to porn?
Maybe you starting... Okay, here's the thing. So when you wank or you jerk off, you ejaculate, it's a very strong form of euphoria.
Yeah.
Right? You get a very euphoric, happy feeling.
Like
happy
whatever,
hormones, everything, right? You feel really good until you're done.
Yeah.
And some people, maybe they're really upset, depressed, not happy with where they're at and all. They start using that feeling as a way to just escape for a while.
Correct.
It's very similar to even alcohol, nicotine and all this because you escape for a while.
It gives you temporary
satisfaction
and feel good, feel good effects lah.
Yeah. And funny thing is I've actually met people who actually have porn addiction because they start relying on it.
Yeah.
For example, I need to do it before I sleep. Then only I can sleep. I need to do it maybe 3 times a day because then I feel like happy.
Right.
And so I would say that is addiction because you start depending on it.
Correct.
You
can't go without it basically.
Yeah, you can't go without it at one point. And you know it's addiction when one day you try to go without it, you can't.
Yeah.
Deep down you tell yourself, you know what? Okay, right now maybe if you do have a porn addiction, okay, maybe what you can do is try to go a day or 2 without it.
It's like getting off any addiction basically.
Yeah, and then you think you can, but then when you actually try it out, you realize you can't. And then you'll realize, oh shit, I'm actually addicted to this shit.
Yeah.
So it's different like that.
Yeah.
So that's when I think it gets bad because for guys, it tires you out after that, correct?
That's true.
It tires you out. You start relying on it, being very dependent on it to be actually happy or temporarily happy as well on top of that. And on top, the big thing here, the big picture, to me personally, in my humble opinion, I believe it kind of ruins a sexual intimacy with your partner.
It does.
I
think it would.
Yeah.
Because there is only there is few things that very, very on the core level drives a human being.
Yeah.
The need to eat, right? Because you want to survive, you need to eat. So most of the things you do in life is because you need to eat. You wake up and you go out, do everything. Last time, you go out, you hunt and you eat. That has evolved to us now going and working and all that. It's just meaning basically is to eat.
Yeah.
You feel the need to eat. You feel the need to give yourself protection as in a home. And then you feel the need to procreate. These are like the very basic human fundamental needs that you want to do. So, and that need, to eat, you get hungry, you eat, done. Okay, there's no substitute for it. You have to eat. Basically nowadays, in order to eat, you need to have money. In order to have money, you need to work, and then that gives us our life.
Yeah.
And to have a protection for a house, again, you need money, you need to work, blah, blah, blah. In order to procreate, it is not, I feel like hunger makes you feel like you need to eat, right? Similarly, when you get horny and when you get you want sexual satisfaction.
Yeah.
That's what drives you to do it.
Yeah.
But the result of it is that procreation.
Yes.
Right? So in order to do that, you need to be horny and therefore that will then bring you towards your partner and you guys have sex and this and that. But if you get into a habit of masturbating all the time with porn and porn is enough for you to just watch and you masturbate and all that stuff, if you just satisfy yourself with just that, the level of like feeling the need to have sex with a partner and then eventually lead to procreation and all that stuff will, whether you want to like have kids or not is a different thing. But at least the need to want to have sex with your partner will drop.
Yeah.
Because you're satisfying yourself with like masturbating and watching porn and stuff, which is not natural back then.
Yeah.
Back then, if you want that satisfaction, you can masturbate, but
you don't have that.
Yeah.
Porn stimulates your mind in such a way.
Yeah. Maybe back in those caveman days, like you can masturbate, but it's not going to be as satisfying and stimulating because you don't have anything to see.
It's like a live show, maybe probably back then.
Yeah. So that means you want to go have sex with an actual female or a male, whichever you are. But now it's like you get the visual stimulation.
Yeah.
Then you get the physical stimulation by masturbating and everything. Now they even have like sex toys and stuff like that. Yeah. So to a certain level, yes. But if you overdo it, it can mess up sexual intimacy between like partners and stuff like that. So that is the level at which people shouldn't cross. And I think that's why it's like when they are like when kids, if they watch porn from young, it's fine and all that. But that's where there's a point where you cross, that addiction comes in, where it messes up your life. Yeah. Sexual intimacy is very important with a partner or a spouse and all that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And it also, because when it happens very young, that's why there's a reason why you're not supposed to really smoke when you're young or do all these kind of things when you're young, because you get very dependent on it at a very young age. Your brain is even fully developed.
You don't know how to control it. You don't know whether...
And you start being dependent on it, you know, and that's the scary part, you know. And the whole sexual intimacy also, right? Maybe you could be doing it with your partner or whatever it is, but at the back of your head, it's not stimulating you or not turning you on as much as how the porn would, because you're so used to that.
Because porn is basically like, it's like this lah. Like you watch a action movie, right? It's like, so why people love action movies, because they don't have that kind of action in their life normally. Imagine watching Fast and Furious, right? It's like every movie just gets crazier and crazier. It's damn, if you enjoy those kind of things, it's like the reason why people enjoy those shit is because this is not real life stuff. You don't get it in real life, so you just go for a quick escape and you just watch all that.
Yeah.
Similarly, porn is like Fast and Furious. It's like not.
That's a good way to put it.
It's like something that, if you purposely intend to make it like that, yes, but that's not real sex.
Yeah.
So what happens when people watch that too much and get too dependent on that, and then they come over to actual sex, they feel like it falls off. It's like it's not
like they have like a certain expectation.
Correct.
Yeah, so moving to the next one, that means so porn.
But the porn stars are not actually having proper satisfying sex,
Yeah,
they're just
correct. They're acting. Because I mean,
Yeah,
the truth
yeah.
is they're getting paid.
Correct.
Lots of money.
Yeah,
And
you got a 45-minute video of a guy having sex with a girl.
Yeah.
Nobody in real life lasts 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Very rare cases.
Yeah.
So expectations go crazy, not just for the girls, but the guys feel like,
Yeah.
why
No.
is this? Why
Correct.
why is it like
Expectation
so short
goes
and
pretty
this and
nuts.
that?
So it kind of gives you like a false illusion of how things are supposed to be.
Yeah,
And
it messes up with your confidence, messes up with your entire
yeah,
experience.
and
of sex
it kind of
everything.
ruins the whole thing between the guy and the girl. Like I only can speak on behalf of guys, like me personally as well, because girls will have like a certain level of expectation too, unless they watch porn. I don't know like how they do and all that.
Yeah.
But then they'll be like, "Why are you trying this out?"
Yeah.
I'll be like, "No, I saw it in porn."
Correct.
Like the girl liked it, but
Correct.
actually the reality of it is the girl didn't like it.
And porn is very, very, because most people, the majority that watches porn are guys. Of course, girls watch also, but obviously it's very, very catered towards the male view.
Yeah.
The male point of view.
Yeah.
So most of the porn that you see, except for a couple of exceptions that are done by women, is catered towards satisfying a guy and a guy's needs, and everything is done for that most of the time. But in real life, sex is an equal thing.
Yeah, it's an equal thing. That's
So most people who watch porn and then like, because you get exposed to porn for the most part way before you start having sex in our culture, right? When they go there, most of these guys think that's how in porn the girl acts satisfied by just pleasing the guy.
Yeah.
For the most part, but in real life it's equal. You gotta give as much as you get, and that kind of stuff can easily get lost along the way if you get too much into porn. But you're gonna
agreed.
bring it on to something else.
No, I just started imagining things. So I'm like, whoa, like shit. Because it's also crazy how exaggerated porn are these days. And the truth is, because they're all actors, they're just acting, they're making money out of it.
Correct.
And porn aside, bro, there's even OnlyFans now, right? OnlyFans is already like 3-4 years at least by now, right? And it is illegal in Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but in other countries, it's not. People make a living out of it and all that, but it's just so easily accessible.
Correct.
And so here's one of the questions that I got on my DMs actually, like, bro, can you please talk about porn addiction? Because this guy actually said, I cannot stop.
Okay.
He said, I cannot stop. So basically, he can't stop masturbating. He's going through this issue.
Yeah.
So why I wanted to bring this up is also because, like I said in the previous episode, I went through a whole 48 days of no wanking this year.
God damn, man. 48 days
And
is a lot.
It's a lot. It's mad. It's actually pretty crazy, you know. I'm proud of it, yes.
What would you say a guy's average, a normal average guy's wanking?
This is all this hit me in the head when I did that 48 days. I didn't plan it to be 48 days. It was just like, you know what, I'm gonna stop for a week because I just felt like I didn't want to.
Yeah,
the reason being is because I felt like I was giving too much energy there.
Okay.
So I'm always tired after that.
You're just going vigorous lah.
Yeah, not that vigorous
just
lah. It's like no, it was more of like, you know what, I want to get my shit together.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna focus all my energy in this. I'm gonna like to reduce anything else where I'm just giving energy out for no reason. I'm not getting any outcome out of it. Yeah. And so then I started questioning myself. After a week, I was thinking in my head, when was the last time I've gone a week not doing it? And then I started thinking, I was like, I remember I tried No Nut November once.
Okay.
I think in 2020 or 2021. But it only lasted like a good 4 or 5 days.
Right.
Then I couldn't already. I was like, shit, okay. It just doesn't feel right, you know? Then
I don't think
after
I
that,
can do Not November, man.
that's the thing. It's not easy. And then I started asking some of my friends. And then they all say like max lah, is probably 3 to 5 days, max.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, shit. So when it went to like 2-3 weeks already after that, I questioned myself again. I was like, shit, when was the last time I've ever done this in my life?
Okay.
I thought really hard and I was like, shit, it was before I hit puberty. You know, so I felt like I was reborn, bro.
Correct.
I was reborn. There was a new boy, new man in town, and the full transition has happened, you know. And it's crazy because before puberty means that was like a good 12-13 years ago.
Yeah.
You know? So
I feel like average for a normal guy is like once every 2-3 days or even every day once sort of thing.
Yeah, but this one really varies on the person
really
as well.
varies,
Yeah,
to
because
be
some
honest.
people they don't touch themselves if they have a partner. Some people only touch themselves.
Correct.
Yeah, so there's so many variables in here.
Correct. That's true.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
just the average numbers, if you were to put it out there like that, based on the conversations we've had with friends and guys and all that, normally it's like almost every other day.
Yeah.
Almost
that's
every
true.
other day, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And so when I went through that whole period, right, I won't lie, my energy levels actually went up.
Okay.
I felt a lot more better about myself.
Okay.
At the start, it's a bit more harder to stop, just like any other form of,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say addiction, but
You're talking about
anything
just
that you're just
wanking or you're talking about porn as well?
porn together with wanking.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, okay.
And so I stopped it. And I broke the loop basically. Within a week.
You broke the what?
The loop. It's like you're in an infinite
The
loop, you know.
As in the
Not that lubrication, no.
Oh,
The loop.
loop.
L-O-O-P, you know.
okay.
And funny enough is after a week, when I was thinking, you know, should I do it? It's crazy because the thought process in my head was like, you already went on a week.
How about you go another week?
Go another week. And then it just kept going, bro.
This is KIRTAN
It
Raj
went
8-week
on-
challenge.
He went on to 7 weeks. That's
Shit.
the crazy part. Yeah, it's 48
Then when you
days.
finally did it after 7 weeks, was it magical?
Bro, I felt like my soul left my body. I can't even explain to you, you know. No joke. You know, but it's crazy, you know why?
Background music started playing.
Yeah. And then I
fireworks.
started connecting the dots again with my gym life and all this. Because when I do my dieting and all, I go
Yeah.
like an 8-week prep, no cheat meal and all that. So when you have your cheat meal, it tastes like God served you food, you know, on that day.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing even here, you know. When I did it after so long, it felt insane. It was mind-blowing. And the pros to it, personally speaking, energy levels spiked up because at the same time, I'm not really doing it at night. I also sleep maybe a bit more earlier or depending when people do it, doesn't really matter.
Right.
And then at the same time, you feel like you feel like you're just a brand new man, bro.
When you abstain from it for a while, is it?
Yeah, for a while, you know. It's like a reset if that makes
Hi guys,
sense.
let's do a
Challenge.
7-week challenge. Everyone's all the guys unsubscribing. I don't need this kind of negativity in life.
You know, but yeah, so I was saying this now, right? Because the
Yeah.
guy DM me and he said, like,
Yeah.
you know, I have an addiction and all that. Funny thing is, I've also seen some TikToks who actually talk about stuff like
Okay.
this, because a lot of people are, it's very easily accessible. A lot of men out there, they are sad, they're depressed, and a lot of men go through a lot of mental health
Yeah,
issues
yeah,
that we don't talk
yeah.
about. And one of the ways how we cope up with it is just touching ourselves or just ejaculating. And one of it is through watching porn.
Yeah.
Right?
Like wanking, and because porn is so accessible now, wanking and watching porn has sort of emerged as like one thing, like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, became like a one
Yeah.
same activity sort of thing. Last time, to be honest, wanking is wanking by itself.
Yeah.
Like before I had access to porn, I used to wank, but just with my imagination, right? And that actually is good because you get to train your imagination
Yeah,
a bit.
yeah.
Now it's like even lazier. You don't even use your
You
imagination.
don't use your
just have to
imagination. Yeah.
look at your phone and do it.
Yeah.
But speaking of all this also, right, I also want to bring it back to porn is not all bad.
It's not all
To
bad.
be honest.
Yeah, it's not all bad. You learn a thing or two.
Oh, I learned a lot through porn. Like my entire knowledge of sex and how it works is through porn.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, articles. I've realized I read a lot of articles, but I wouldn't have been interested in those articles if it wasn't for me being exposed to porn in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized, like, I did learn a lot because, okay, see, as an Asian, as an Indian, and in Malaysia and all that, you don't have this conversation with your parents. Parents don't have this conversation with you. Our sex education is not great. It just teaches you biology on how to reproduce. It doesn't teach you about sex. It doesn't teach you about stuff. There's a lot to it. Sexual intimacy. There's, like I was telling earlier, like, porn, for the most part, yes, is catered towards pleasing a guy from a male point of view, but when it comes to real sex, it's also the other side. It's what pleasing the girl as well, and what
it's a two-way street.
And how sex works for girls, which is a lot more complicated than how it works for guys. For guys, it's very simple.
Yeah, it's straightforward. You know,
but for girls, it's a lot more complicated. And only when you truly sort of allow yourself to understand how that works and how it works for a girl and how what are their approach and attitude towards sex and how different it can be and all that, you can actually be a good partner when it comes to sexually you can be a great partner, right? For me, a lot of what I know and what I learned was through porn and porn related and like sex related articles and this and that and all that. So I wouldn't say it's like wrong. The world will be great without porn and stuff like 100%.
that. 100%.
Correct. Do watch it because you
learn
will help
a lot.
you in your sex life.
Make sure you're 18 above. Is it 18 or 21?
18, I think. But in Malaysia, it's illegal lah. Let's just be
is it? Okay,
very
sorry,
honest.
I forgot about that.
18 or 21, I think it depends on countries or whatever. I don't know. But again,
we're not saying it's all bad. We're just saying porn addiction is bad. It's two very different things. You know,
you need to know at which point it's taking over your life. To a certain
and
extent.
when, let's just say, if it is taking over your life, talk to someone. It actually really helps.
Correct. Talk to your boys.
Don't
just talk about the porn you watch. Talk about what the effects it has.
Because a lot of people actually go through stuff like this, you know, like we are just talking about, honestly, just the tip of the water, you know. There's a lot of people who go through maybe erectile dysfunction. Like there's a lot to it actually. You can't stimulate your dick anymore. There's so much of things that goes like behind it.
There's also, like for example, when like guys are so conditioned to like watching porn and masturbating and all that, and they're so conditioned to that, sex doesn't work. Like they can't perform during sex, or they can't because for them their brain is so conditioned to having a porn-like visual stimulation and stuff like that, or they're used to be honest, you know the best to please yourself compared to anybody else. Your partner could be great at sex, you would still know the best way to please yourself. So when you're so addicted to it, so used to it, no matter how much your partner tries, they may not be able to reach the levels of which you can be. So these can all affect that sexual intimacy, sexual relationship. 100%. That eventually can cause issues in other aspects of the relationship. So porn can technically destroy a relationship also. So that's why that line.
So those are like one of the really big like negative effects of like having a porn addiction and stuff like that as well.
But how? Okay, let's say someone has it. You would say the way to get out of it is to just
stop for a while. I'm not asking you to quit for life. No, take it one step at a time. Just stop for a bit.
So you
stop for a day.
You do every day. Let's say so you stop one day. Then reward yourself the following day. And
I would say don't do that. I would say honestly.
No, and then you say slow bit by bit, right? Calm
I would
down,
say just stop the first day.
Listen. Okay, it's a Sunday. You decide you're gonna get your life together. Okay, you have one last one for the road.
Sunday is a bit hard, last off day.
That's right. You have one last one for the road.
Oh, for the road.
Monday you start. You don't do.
All right.
You accomplish Monday 24 hours. You didn't wank. You celebrate by having one on Tuesday.
Cannot.
Wait. Listen, bit by bit. Nobody and not everyone is disciplined like you. Okay, you've trained yourself to be disciplined with gym.
No, I'm just giving my answer here.
Okay, but
for myself.
Okay, this is my way of my suggestion. You celebrate on Tuesday. Okay, then go Wednesday, Thursday, 2 days now without wanking.
Okay.
You do it. I mean, if you succeed, then Friday you can have a celebratory wank.
Okay.
Then now you go 3 days: Saturday, Sunday, Monday again.
Okay.
You will succeed. Tuesday one can.
Okay.
Then you go until one point you're only wanking. Or watching porn every, I don't know, 2 weeks once, 3 weeks once, or eventually never. Who knows?
No, I mean, okay, you can do it like that, or just straight up, like if you're really addicted, just stop for a bit, just reevaluate
That's the
everything.
problem. If they're addicted, it's not that easy for
them to stop. It's not easy to stop.
Right?
That's the truth. But
you think I would have so strong mentally like you? Is it?
Yeah, no, okay. We can't. Sometimes I just don't like to sugarcoat things. The reality of life is only you can care for yourself. No one's going to give a shit.
That's why they're caring for themselves, lah.
So if you really
self-care, bro. Aku healing sampai pagi tak boleh.
But if you really feel like you have an addiction, talk to someone. Stop if you can.
In reality, who can someone talk to?
I'm
don't say therapist.
I was just about to say therapist.
Yeah, but not everybody just easily goes to a therapist.
Yeah,
If they don't
therapist
wanna
is just
start with
one
therapist,
medium for you to just let things out.
Yeah.
You find another way lah, because you'll find another channel
Can you
where you
talk
can
to a
release
parent
your
about
energy. Yeah, you probably can.
But in
You will never
reality-
know till you try, but only you would know your relationship
your-
with your parents, you
yeah.
know. Or talk to your boys, or to your girls, or whoever it is. Or maybe, for example, wanking to me, it just is also a form of just dissipating energy. So I will just maybe go do something
engineer
else.
bullshit. Dissipating energy.
So I would just go use that energy somewhere else. I would tire myself out by going to the gym, and I just get tired, you know. But that's just me. Or someone else could do
Gym?
something else.
Wanking. Come on, bro.
Like this. Gym is here. So my testosterone goes up. More I gym, more it goes here.
Then more you're horny,
I
right?
get. That's what made the 48 days so much more impressive.
40
So
what?
all the gains, the testosterone levels were spiking up.
40
Yeah,
what?
48 days.
48 days.
That's when I did my photo shoot. I got ripped all. I was
Oh,
like, oh shit.
Okay. In terms of gym performance, does wanking, not wanking, or does that all that help? Like when it
That's a
comes
good
to
question.
testosterone and all that shit?
Good question.
Answer that while I go
So-
grab some snacks.
Okay. Man, it's all, you need to stop wanking, I think. It's affecting your testosterone levels. Okay, but here's the thing. So when you gym and when you wank, for example, if you're wanking every day still, it's fine. Nothing's going to happen to you. Your testosterone levels are not going to drop to a point where it's going to affect muscle growth or muscle protein synthesis. But let's just say it will affect performance depending on when you're doing it.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So let's just say if you're going to train at 3 p.m. and you decide to get a wank in at 2 p.m., it wouldn't be ideal because you're going to be tired. It's going to affect your performance.
I didn't know this. Every time I
Now
come to
we
gym, I have a
know.
wank before
It all makes sense now. But yeah, so it affects your performance. So when you go to the gym, your performance is not going to be as efficient as it can be. So in one workout, nothing great is going to happen. But let's just say you compound those workouts over time.
You
and
do
you
like
keep doing it all the time.
shitty ass workouts all the
Yeah,
time.
not say shitty ass, like your just performance could be 100%, but because you just like let go some good amount of energy, your performance is probably at 80%, you know? And a lot of people, there's a lot of guys do this, I realize. It's before futsal. Yeah, I don't know why it's a thing.
Before futsal, I have a wanker.
Okay, like in my uni days, a lot of guys always like, bro, I'm damn tired today, I just, wanked off and all that. No.
Don't wank lah.
So it's the same thing, same case
You
scenario.
already identified the problem. Don't do it lah.
It's the same case scenario. So you don't want that to happen because you want to maximize your performance in the gym. Let's just say after you're done with everything for the day, you've got your task all sorted out, then you want to do it, go ahead, no problem. So in terms of gym-wise, yeah.
Right.
Okay, wait, how many minutes are we in, bro?
We are about 37 minutes in.
Ooh, should we...
Yeah. So we got some IG questions this time around. But only I have it. Kirtan doesn't have it because he doesn't want to talk about porn on his social media.
Not exactly that. Now we're switching it up. We're switching it up.
So today I'll read out the questions. I'll read out basically what we asked is, and Kirtan will react lah, okay? What we asked, Oh wait, so the question is, have you ever got caught watching porn? Tell us a story. So before we go into IG, have you got caught watching porn?
Red-handedly, no.
Then what?
More
White-handedly?
Red-handedly is like on the spot you got caught.
Okay.
I didn't get caught on the spot. It's more like just going through my computer's history. That's about it. Yeah. Have you got caught?
So basically, who, like your parents saw your computer history, is it? Got whacked or not?
That was back in the days.
Okay. So I didn't get caught watching porn so far, thank God. I mean, at this point.
It's out there.
But there was one funny ass shit happened in my house once. So a very, very distant relative, a guy, came and stayed over at my house for some reason. There was some prayers going on and all, but very, very distant. I wouldn't even consider
Prayers time some more.
I wouldn't even consider him my relative lah. Okay, so it was like some kind of prayers going on. So it was being done at my house. So this person came and stayed at my house also for that. This guy. So let's say he's like 21, 22 lah. Okay, at that time I'm like 13, 14 years old. Okay.
Okay.
So I have we had a family PC at the upstairs hall there. It's a common area. It's not in anyone's room. And it's actually my PC, but it's used as a family PC or whatever. So this guy was using the PC for something like we were all downstairs and all that. Okay. When he was done, and at one point he was done, he left that day. Basically that was his last day. He left. He was using the PC for a long time. We knew about this. We were just downstairs watching movie and stuff. He has left, went back to his hometown. I go upstairs. was like, fuck, finally I can use my PC in peace. I turned on the PC and then we had a printer. Okay. I wanted to print something. No, I was using my PC. Oh, no, sorry. After that couple of days, I was using my PC and everything. And then eventually one point, I wanted to print something. This is few days after the guy left. I turned on the printer. This shit started automatically printing. Printing pages and pages of gay porn.
Okay.
It's printing, black and white. Pages and pages of just gay porn, bro. This is 100% true story.
No, why it's funny is because why did he put it on queue to print?
I think he didn't have a computer at home. So he was enjoying himself watching porn at my computer. Okay. And then when he wanted to leave, he wanted to take some stuff with him lah. Offline porn.
Wow.
You know, sometimes you download from Netflix when you're going in the flight because you can't access Wi-Fi, but you want to watch a movie, you download. This is his way of downloading porn. He wanted to print it in A4 paper, put it in a file, and bring home and open his file and watch.
Oh, he's a genius.
But he didn't know how the printer worked.
That part he fucked up.
He fucked up. Yeah. Few days later, imagine my fucking shock when I'm sitting in the family hall. I just turn on my printer to print some assignment shit. Fucking gay porn is printing out of the printer. I'm like, imagine my mom walks in at that time. What the fuck? What can I see? No matter what I say, it's gonna come like an excuse. I was like, you know what? Big brain moment. I have to bring this up to them. If they catch me, it's
game over.
If I crumple it up or tear it up and throw whatever, game over.
PC is gone for life.
I immediately called my parents. I was like, look, graphic as gay porn.
Bro.
And I just said, it was printed. Jeez. I think it was that guy, blah, blah, blah. It has to be that guy, because the only one who...
Oh, you threw your relative under the bus.
I had to, dude, because if it's either him or me.
Every man for himself.
Every man. It's a distant relative, it's okay. But that's my story of...
Bro. Oh, that was mad.
So next time you all watch porn, don't print lah, okay? Alright.
I completely forgot, because when you say he printed it, then I completely forgot there was an era where there was magazines.
Yeah,
right?
He's probably used to that era.
Yeah, the Playboy magazines and all that. But black and white though.
Because I didn't have color printer lah. Expensive, bro.
Then it's a good thing it didn't print out for him lah. He would have been disappointed anyways.
Okay.
Alright, let's go. You read it, I'll react. We both will react.
Okay, let's go. Now, I got a few. Okay, let me start this off by... So the question is, have you got caught watching porn, and tell us the story. Okay, this is all anonymous. Okay. Had an old iPad when I was about 15. On Chrome, I had so many tabs open, so the one porn site tab blended into many open tabs. Mom caught it. A lesson was learned that day on clearing browser history and closing tabs.
That's how you start normally.
Yeah.
When I have noticed with most people who normally start watching porn, how we start learning in terms of clearing history is because you watch porn.
When you get caught.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, you know. Before that, you will never know what it is until your friends like, bro, you cleared the history, not what is that? You know. Then that's how we learn.
You know, I said I searched for girls in bikini and all. It wasn't my computer; it was someone else's. At that time, I didn't know anything about the existence of history, so I don't know if they ever found out lah. Why someone searched girl in bikini? This is not. Okay. Next one. Okay, job. I got caught watching porn when I was 11. My Annie, who is a fucking snake, found out through history and told my Anne. He brought me out and explained to me that that's not good. He promised he won't tell Amma. And the snake told Amma anyway.
Wow, pity the
Since then, it's weird between me and Anne. That's when I learned how to use incognito. Annie, you told your husband, okay lah, the floor already had the talk.
Yeah.
Why go snitch on the mom some more?
Yeah. That becomes tough lah.
This is why they say relatives are toxic sometimes.
Yeah. No, because somehow you're at that age, it's just different lah. But then again, she did it out of for his own good also, I'm assuming at that time. So it is what it is lah.
It is what it is.
What would you do though if you catch one of your nephew or some shit like that?
Okay. Alright. Role play time.
Okay, come.
Okay. So who's the one who watch porn now?
Me.
Okay, you watch porn already. Okay, and I'm your father. Okay, all right. Okay, already catch ready. And now we're having the conversation.
Yeah, pa.
Son, do you know why what you did was wrong?
No, pa.
You have to give me more than that.
No, I
You
don't know.
why.
I don't know
Okay,
why.
what were you doing? You was what? Son, first of all, this is a fucking disappointment. You have to live up to the family name. Got jumbo pack, you heard
I
that.
am 11. I am 11.
Oh, then this is quite quite impressive, son.
Thank you, Appa.
But put this aside. I'm not talking about you touching yourself.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, we all do it.
Okay.
Sometimes your amma touches. For me, okay. Anyway, question is, what were you watching on the computer?
Movie.
What movie? Why were you watching this secretly? Movies, usually you watch downstairs in the hall, right? Got home theater system, right? Appa buy very hard for you, right?
Yeah.
Why not watching the movie there? Why watching in the computer upstairs on your iPad?
That movie, private movie.
Why private movie?
They are doing something in the movie.
If whatever they're doing, is it right or wrong?
It's right.
It's right. Why? What is it they're doing? What is it called?
As an 11-year-old
Faster
boy.
tell us, smack your ass!
Sex.
How you know about sex, you tell me?
My friends in school.
You have sex with your friends in school?
No, my friend Tanesh in school. He told me. Class
number.
number.
Okay, son, listen. I'll tell you this one time. Okay, because I don't like having conversations with you. I have to, maintain my reputation as the non-existent father in this household.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So I'll do this one time with you.
Yes.
Okay? Porn, whatever you're watching is called porn. It's called blue film. Back in my day, we call it blue film.
Blue. Why is it called blue?
Shut up. Don't ask me questions. I'm telling you.
Okay, daddy.
Okay? Did you call me what? What did you call me?
Daddy.
What? Did you also learn that from porn?
No, daddy.
No. Nowadays, they're using it in porn. It's already ruined it. Never call me daddy. Call me appa.
Okay. Sorry, daddy.
All right. So what you're watching is called porn. Okay? What they're doing is called sex. Yes.
Okay.
But it's not natural.
Oh no.
Someone your age cannot watch it.
Okay.
You know who can watch? People my age. We can watch for educational purposes.
Oh.
Okay? I don't know where this is going, but this is probably the shittiest fucking talk. But you cannot watch. You know Teletubbies? Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah.
Shut up and watch that.
Okay.
You know how they always maintain social distance between each other? That's good.
Okay.
You see any cartoon, any movie that no social distance, the guy and the girl touching, cannot watch.
Okay.
The one adult people watch. Understand?
High School Musical?
That
dance, kiss.
Kissing gotta.
Mm.
Cannot.
Oh,
How old are you?
11.
No kissing.
Okay.
No kissing. Most you can do is flying kiss.
Sex Education, Netflix.
That one can.
Oh, that
For
one.
education.
Oh.
Yeah. It's in biology, right?
Yeah.
They teach
All
you,
biology.
They teach you where the fallopian tube.
Yes,
all
correct.
that stuff.
The scrotum. Scrotum,
Can.
correct?
That one can.
Oh.
Scrotum can.
Okay.
You got scrotum? Okay, just making sure. Good son. I should not be a father.
I'm glad you're not one yet.
Okay. Continuing this shit. Okay.
Let's go.
I do not watch porn, but I do got some interest on you. So yeah, are you down for a while one night? Sorry, I think this is a different message. Sorry, I'll just... What the fuck?
The Bumble slut is back. He's back.
Okay, whoever it is, don't like NGL. How am I gonna know? Message me personally lah. Okay, this one. I think this will be the last one. It's a funny ass one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was pretty young in that time, maybe around 10, and that was the first time we get family computer.
Okay.
So I don't know what the hell this. So some friends talked about it, so I was curious about the process. So I googled it, and my first thought was to Google stuff about sugar daddy stuff.
Okay.
Maybe it could be a girl.
Could be.
Sugar daddy stuff. Suddenly my brother walked in. My elder brother walked in on me and he asked, why am I watching all this? And I have to come with an excuse, which was, so she was looking up sugar daddy, right? So I had to come up with an excuse, which was, my teacher asked me to find notes about diabetic fathers.
Bro, what an excuse.
Sugar daddy, diabetic father.
Wow, that's a win. That's genius, you know. Bro, we need to put that shit in the book. That's genius. Is there any more to the story?
I'm not proud of the lie till now. I think you should be.
You should be very proud.
But my brother bought it. So he just Googled for me the real thing about diabetic fathers and he printed it out for me. I kept it till December in my bag.
Did he or she mention how old they were? Were they
10.
10?
To think
10
of
and
diabetic
wow,
father
bro.
for sugar daddy. Next time,
Wow.
if I search for sugar, if I should search for sugar mommy, I'm gonna say it's diabetic. I'm researching diabetes.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Your parents might actually fall for that thing, right? Will they
Not
fall
after
for it?
watching this podcast.
Bro, that is insane actually. Wow.
Yeah, but we didn't get that many funny ones, so I'm gonna end it with that. But I want to ask you something.
Yeah,
If you
of
catch
course.
your son or daughter watching porn, let's say they're 10 years old,
Oh.
what you gonna? I mean, not to say what you're gonna say to them and all that. How would you handle that?
Oh, this is a good question.
Because you need to teach them about porn.
Of course,
addiction,
of course,
though.
of
Can you
course, you
stop them from watching porn? Probably.
No,
not,
I
but-
can't stop it, you see.
Yeah.
But I can definitely acknowledge it and try to understand it from their point of view.
Yeah.
See, I'm being judged right now because my mom is probably watching.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's probably watching.
Watching what? You?
No, the podcast.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but in all seriousness,
It's
okay,
jokes,
let's just say,
jokes.
yeah, all jokes here. And in all seriousness, let's just say if that does happen, it's bound to happen anyways.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you can only control so much. So as a parent, if it was my kid, I'll just educate them on the topic because that's what we lack over here. Anyways, you're not
So
educating
you
the
sit
person.
down with them, watch together, and say, "So what's happening right now?"
Yeah, and I'm just kidding. No, obviously not. No, I'll tell them like, okay, this is just how things work in life.
Yeah.
This. You want to see all this? It's wrong. You know, I cannot stop you from doing it, but the truth is, it's wrong. And you should just wait to a certain age, and then you'll understand it a lot more better. You know, whatever your friends share with you and all that happens in a school. Again, I cannot control it. I cannot go to the teacher or that son's mother and and do all that. I can't control that, right? All I can do is like just educate my child on it. Okay, and if they are watching something that's actually wrong, then it's wrong. You know, and it's very normal to also explain to them like this is just how you will be, especially when you go through this age. Puberty, you will feel certain things, and it's very normal. Don't get worried about it. If you feel like you have that desire and you cannot control or something like that, come and talk to me, come and tell me. And if you feel like you cannot have not like that, but let's just say no, like just let me know, because a lot of people, they kind of just get very caught up in that. Because I know even at that age I was just not being able to understand myself. And so if you can't talk to me because maybe I'm a dad, you feel a bit uncomfortable to a certain extent, then it's okay. Don't worry. I will try to get someone that you can talk to that person.
Correct. Like someone who's more on a not so on a parental basis with you, someone like a friend.
Yeah, like even if it's not a friend,
like
let's
an
just say
elder,
if you need,
but someone who you're not afraid of and shit like
and
that.
if you need like some form of professional help, let's just say help in a sense where maybe someone who can educate you on the topic from an actual like licensed sex education person, then I think that's the best way to go about it.
Correct.
That's just me, I'm not I'm not a dad yet. I'm only a daddy right now.
I would say to parents out there, obviously I'm not a parent, I can't teach you, but like I'm talking from the point of view of like I'm old enough, but at the same time I'm talking from the point of view of as a child, what I would probably prefer from my parents. Right? At this day and age, if you think your kid, if they are older than 12, if they have never come across porn, you're probably wrong. Whether it's a daughter or a son, they have probably come across porn. It is just inevitable in this day and age with
there's literally
phones and all. It's everywhere.
Netflix is 50% porn at this
Correct.
time.
Assume your children have already come across porn.
Literally.
What I would suggest is a kid, like I say, as much as you tell your kid like, okay, come and talk to me, they usually won't do that because they're very shy. It's very weird to talk about.
Yeah.
But what's the best way parents can do is preempt them from the get-go. Teach them things about this from the beginning so that when they do come across it, like for example saying at this age, your friends might show you things like this, blah blah blah. If they show you, okay, this is right, this is wrong, it's natural, but it's not for your age. This that blah blah blah. So that when they do come across those scenarios, they are clear of it. Yeah. What happens usually is that when they don't know what the hell is going on, they just perceive it in their own
correct.
That's true.
That's true.
Or whatever their friend is telling them, which could be completely false and wrong. I actually remember now, when I was young, my mom actually talked to me about porn. I think this was when I was in my teenage years and all. She said like, it's wrong and stuff like that. I mean, you shouldn't be this thing. And one of the reasons she told me is that she has heard cases where very young sort of boys have watched porn, got very like, into it and like not knowing what it is. And then there's a bit messed up, but attempted, because they see people having sex, they don't know what it is, they don't know how it works, whatever it is, but they just, kids like to imitate stuff that they see on like they see a superhero, they want to be a superhero. This sort of kid sort of saw guy and a girl being naked, having sex, and the act of like, act of what sex is, just wanted to imitate it and had sex with, made his sister have sex with him, who was also a kid who didn't know anything, whether right or wrong, nothing, and actually got her pregnant. there was a case apparently like that. So my mom told me that, and she told me like that is how when you watch these things, or if you don't know about it, because you're so young, you can really get messed up, and you might do messed up things. So she sort of preempted. My parents didn't openly talk about everything with me, but they did have certain conversations.
Yeah, and I think it's very important to have conversations like that, because things like this can definitely happen.
Correct. So you can preempt your kids like that. And I would say Sex Education on Netflix is actually a very fucking good show. Of course, not for kids, because there is nudity in it, there is sex scenes in it. Yeah. But if there's a way you can maybe watch up front and maybe just skip through those parts. If they're really under 18 and stuff like that, and you don't want them to watch nudity, skip through those parts, but show them the rest of the things. And the actual parts in Sex Education where it talks about all kind of, sexual, it is sexual health, sexuality, safe ways to have sex, and all the
stuff like that,
repercussions and consequences. It's actually a very good show. If you feel like you can't talk about it, you can at least just make them watch it. Probably they're already watching it.
At the end of the day, these are things you just cannot avoid. It's bound to happen anyways. So you do what you can in your power to just help educate people around you. And I think that's very, very important. You
know how kids these days, 4 or 5 years old, are starting to learn coding and programming and shit like that, just because technology has advanced to that level. Similar to that, this is also one of it. Because of that, porn is also accessible to people even that young. You can't run around it, so just try to prepare them for that thing, I would say.
You can't take their iPad away. It's not going to work. Taking an iPad away is like taking their book.
Correct, because they're just going to go to your friend's house and use their iPad. Correct?
It's a family iPad.
But anyway, that's porn addiction, porn wanking, this and all that stuff. We pretty much sort of ran around with it here and there.
Yeah, I think it's a good episode.
It was good. It was nice.
A mixture of some funny stuff, some seriousness to it.
But takeaway, porn is not wrong. It can be very educational, very helpful. It can also help with intimacy between you and your partner. Sometimes you watch together, spice things up a little bit. But when it comes to your age and the kids and this and that, you gotta be careful with it a little bit, and be aware of how much
you're consuming it and
how much you're depending on it in life and shit like that.
Depending on it as well. Only you would know at the end of the day.
All right. Shall we end this episode and go watch porn?
Which website? Which category?
Podcast.
Podcast. I'm ready for some gym porn right now. I'm going to lift some weights.
You go do the gym part, I go do the porn. Alright guys, so that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. You can also listen to this. I'm telling you at the end, but listen to this on Spotify,
Apple Podcasts. Give the video a thumbs up, guys. Scroll down a little bit if you stayed till the very end.
Correct.
Scroll and just give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't.
Question. We forgot to ask them questions.
Oh yeah. Wow. I forgot we had that whole thing.
The entire category of asking people questions.
Yeah.
Right? Sorry guys, we're just coming back into this whole thing. What shall we ask them?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Do you think it's wrong watching porn?
What's your opinion about watching porn? Do you think it's wrong? If so, don't just say it's wrong. Why do you think it's wrong? Because if you feel it's wrong, you should be able to convince people it's wrong.
Because everyone's entitled to their own opinion at the end of the day. There's no right or wrong answer, honestly, here. So just let us know why.
Or if you think it's completely fine to watch porn, then explain yourself as well. Let us know your unique thoughts that we don't have. All right?
Yes, sir.
That's it. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Tanesh.
My name is Kirtan.
This is episode 2 of season 2. We'll be back with episode 3 on Chill and Spill Podcast.